Hey, welcome at Gracie Schwarzwald. I'm here again with Roy Marsh talking about using a stick for self-defense. Today we will talk about a scenario, self-defense scenario, especially if your opponent has a knife. Or if your opponent has any kind of a weapon, that can be a bottle, that can be a stick, that can be a stone, that can be a belt, whatever. It is better that you also have something in your hand, even if it's just your jacket which you pull around your arm. But let's pretend we have something like a stick, and today I want to show you some concepts which are very important but most of the time neglected. So it is important that your reaction is faster than his action, because you are the one who gets attacked. And normally, if you are here and my action is to hit you, you will be slower than I am.
Right.
Because I have one time to hit you and you have to see it first, react, and make your move.
Right.
Yeah. That's an issue during fighting. So that's the reason why we in Jiu-Jitsu have this 2 arm length distance, so we have time to react. So the attack of my opponent has 2 times. First, he has to go over the distance, he has to bridge the gap before he can attack. So you have 2 times while my reaction is 1 time.
Right.
But sometimes it's not possible, especially if weapons are involved, to have the distance. Maybe there are not that many, there's not that many space you can use for the distance. What we do in that case is closing, it's called closing the line. Let's pretend he has a knife. And he has the knife, as I talked in the video before, in 2 positions. Either it is open or it is closed. It doesn't matter if it's on in a heaven position where the blade is up, or in that position. That doesn't matter if you have a stick in your hand. It just matters if he's in an open position or in a closed position. If he's in an open position, and I'm also in an open position, he just has 1 time frame to cut me. So what you have to do, if you have a weapon in your hand, is close that line. So you will not stand here and wait, but your weapon is moving, but you close that line, so his next attack will be here. So he has a big move to go over to the other side, and this gives me time to react. If he's in a closed position, I close the line here. Make sure that you don't give him your fist so he can cut it. Move your fist, put your weapon in between his weapon and your targets. So this is...
In this situation, sorry to interrupt, since it's more likely I'm looking to cut than to maybe grab, you would keep the weapon maybe a little further away from your body instead of so close? Or
if you have a weapon, I will have it in between us. If I see that you want to grab it and you don't have a weapon, I pull it away. Right. But in that case, if I see you have a weapon you want to grab, I will hit your fingers.
Gotcha.
So you cannot grab it. So this is one of the most important concepts, is closing the line if you don't have the distance. If you have the distance, it's even still a good idea to close the line. Okay? So that the opponent has to make a big move to attack me. And this gives me time to react. And one reaction is called, or one technique is called defang the snake. Defang the snake principle. So if you defang the snake is harmless.
Right.
So the fang of the snake is your hand.
Right.
So, and this is holding the weapon. And I try to destroy your fang so you're not able to hold the weapon anymore. So if you're in a close position, I close my line, and you go over and attack me in an open position to hit me or hurt me, I have to make distance and hit your hand, your arm, your forearm, your fingers, doesn't matter, with full power, and hoping that you lose the weapon. This will not always happen, but this is your goal. What you do not do is, if he attacks me, I do that, and then I look if he loses the weapon. No, the fight is not finished yet. He's still standing. You don't know if you hit it right so that he loses the weapon. If he loses the weapon, he will still fight further. So we have to make sure to finish the fight. And now it depends. If you wanted to hurt you badly, you can knock him out with a strike to the face.
I assume with a knife they're trying to hurt you badly.
But let's assume it's just an uncle which is a little bit drunk and has
So
bottle
a
in
southern uncle.
Yeah, a southerner uncle. And he don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's mentally ill or whatever. You don't have to destroy his face. It's okay to hit the elbow or to hit the knee part. Or in that case, maybe you can use hitting soft parts just to calm him down. But it depends on the threat level.
Yeah, of
And
course.
that's something you have to realize before the fight happens. I mean, you will realize it if it's a friend, a relative, or it's a totally stranger with a knife in his hand.
Right.
So how it looks when he's in a close position, I'm here, and he goes here, and I hit his arm. Now he is, if he loses or not, he is in a close position, I'm in a close position. So I'm open, he's open, that's a bad thing. So what I do is I go back to this position and make my attacks on this side, so I'm closed again. One more. So when he attacks me, I move my front leg back. That's all what I do. I just go away, put your knife at my neck. Just with this technique, you see how much distance I can gain, even if I just go to the back leg. I do that to hit his fist. Then I hit back to the closed position and will attack from his blind spot, from his backside. I can go to the elbow, I can go to the knee or to the head. If he's in the open position and I close the line here, he has to go over that side. I can go here, and if he goes through, I work on my close position to make sure he will not attack any further from that side. This is a style in the Filipino martial arts which is called largo mano, long hand. You try to defend the snake while getting out of the distance and stay at the outside or inside where the threat is. So this is something which is very important in my opinion if you want to learn how to fight with something like a stick in your hand. This is the style you should go first.
Okay, that's great.
Thank you.